on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
My team is legit. Madden 20. Please on my feet. Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world it's the Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole
Yo, what's going on? I'm playing my man game. You got too many rebounds, man. You gotta cut down them rebounds. Dwight Howard grabbing everything. I was watching it. I'm like, damn, you get 3 possessions on one? John. Can't nobody mess with that.
Look at Dwight grab the fucking board out there. Got nothing for me.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink.
It's a big game. I need this. This for first place in my division.
The fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that
Seahawks.
was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Said I was gonna keep Danny Green. He was killing Danny Green. I make changes, good brother.
Luke a little slow, but he can make moves a little bit, but he's just slow.
You got moves like motherfucker.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that
White.
And an alley to run. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking
White
up
got
the
two
first down.
snatch grabs up
Partner,
there.
he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the
snatch
third
block.
one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the
He's
hit.
already running with one of them
So
missile.
from the
Russell
36
Wilson.
now,
Damn.
First and 10.
I can't do shit with that.
Wilson
Come
leaves
on, I
this
need you to
one
get off
with
that
Penny.
block, County. I mean,
He'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy
Donald?
territory. First down, Seattle, 16 yards. The game there. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If
his
they
team
keep
tough to
clearing
beat
holes
right
like
now.
that,
He got a good
it'll be
team.
long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync,
He beat me by
as we're
20.
seeing so far,
And I beat him in the playoffs last
you
year.
can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers. You're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now they try the right side here. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, here's Penny. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1 yard pickup there on second.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third.
Oh, come on. They really cheated.
They go
Down there
play
with
action
AD.
now. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
Ooh.
Throwing on first down. Love. And that one's complete to Gurley. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Come on, yo, that's
So first
crazy.
and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun.
That's crazy, yo. He's not letting me get nothing
And
out.
that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on to the contact.
How
Brings
you
up
drop
2nd
that
down.
pass?
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator,
Oh,
you
man,
can
we're
keep people
foul
a
it.
little bit off
My
balance
bad.
and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for
Let's
you.
go. Run the ball.
He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease and they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And the ball is
He
knocked down.
fumbled?
And the Seahawks
Oh,
are
come on.
They're gonna set up shop
How
at
you
the
fumble? That's not a
40-yard
fumble.
line. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
That's still my ball. Thank God.
Looking over at the coaching staff,
I'm about
and
to
seeing
say.
the wheels turning in their heads, and
I'm about to turn your game on here.
they're remembering how they started the
Against the
season.
Packers, right?
Even in the offseason,
No,
they
against
had ball security,
Charts.
and they're wondering why
Torts.
the message is
Yeah,
sinking
they had a
in.
tight one. He kept giving them
Now
picks
one here in the
though.
opening quarter.
Yeah.
He was making some bad reads.
That's why you got a left-handed quarterback.
Yeah,
You gotta
dude.
make your plays to the left side.
Yep. You gotta flip everything.
Yeah. Because you throwing out that back foot, that accuracy low as shit.
Following the fumble recovery, Love. Nowhere to escape,
Gotta get
and
that
he
ball
goes
out.
down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatter, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Oh, my fucking
Oh,
God.
how he get back there?
To his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard
They get that.
line.
Damn, man.
Dang. I slow it down. Stop playing.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after one on EA Sports.
Why do you keep coming to help, man?
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Love. And he's going to be hit.
That's
and
bullshit,
taken
man.
down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Larry Joby in for the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Here's the Seattle
Yeah,
offense
I'm
ready
gonna
to
get
get
off
this
into
drive
this
underway.
game.
And Charles, if the season
Yeah,
ended
man.
today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The
Why
rush
did he go
defense
out?
down on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Yo.
Aaron Donald racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
This nigga playing
Wilson and the
tough. This
Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20.
What you playing, Oscar?
Touchdown, Seattle.
playoff game in the league.
Hitting double digits
Oh,
with
I'm
his
about to watch it.
touchdown of the season. As his guys
Right on my
are
game.
first here tonight. After a
Hey, you,
fairly
wait,
uneventful
who this you
first
playing?
quarter,
This Ben?
That last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first
Uh-oh.
quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it?
Well, they got
Both teams,
Villanova.
okay, what are we going to
Yeah.
do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second
I
quarter.
think I remember playing.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game.
He got our little team too.
Who Snoop?
Mm-hmm. He
I
got
need
Luka.
I need a our little team.
Right. Might as well get the Rockets.
They're not gonna let me get it.
They will not
Why
get a
not?
chance to return this
I
one
don't know.
as it's through the end zone
Off
for
season.
touchback.
Once the season over, that's your team because we told somebody else they
Set to
couldn't get
begin
them.
their next drive, the Rams
Oh, all right.
offense at the line. And you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now,
My motherfucking nigga I got from the D-League,
looking good, looking
Bro,
to
Or
big
the
man.
D-League bull.
Yeah.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals.
6'10", that
Number
nigga
one goal is what?
can
Make
finish it.
playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3
So he got a little
goal,
speed,
the
too.
biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside.
Huh?
Really well-run route.
Clean up.
That throw good for 4.
You still broadcasting, bro?
Yeah.
One thing I can say pretty safely.
It's the last. It was from the last game.
Throw the ball and put some
I
muscle
let
on
it
it,
broadcast
because
over
if you
too.
go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to success.
And he's going to take this one in.
That last one I put up.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
Tyler Higbee. His first touchdown on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Boy, it's nice to have
Why are
a
you
big,
cooking me?
reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback.
Well, damn, you went up 7. It was just hot.
Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown.
He
Playoff
pulled.
with Brian.
That's anything. Oh, you should have pulled up. You should have pulled up with Brian.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Come on, man. Not getting my steal.
Yo, in the playoffs, I mean, I said the playoffs. In the finals, it should be 20. If you 21-0. I mean, well, if you up 21, you automatically lose the game.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field
Just to
position.
get it going, keep it moving fast.
They're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with
That should be how it be in the playoffs in general.
And down he goes.
Right.
Back at the 8-yard line.
Cause how much you bet this shit gonna take weeks?
No, we advanced into the next round tomorrow at midnight.
Get rid of the ball sooner than that.
Alright.
Yeah, we're gonna move and do the next one on Wednesday, just to keep it going, so everybody wait so we can do the draft and all that. It's like it's old players though. It's an old draft.
What's that app? What's that app that y'all be using?
Group
I'm
me.
young with it. Huh?
Group me.
A little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. Now it's Wilson.
We missed the throw.
Lined up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
He dumb. He ain't pull that wide open mid range.
He needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
He ain't pull that wide open mid range.
Try and find something.
When you were standing there playing with the ball. I'm talking about ball.
On the 35 before going out of bounds.
That's all he can use is Don. We're not using, but it ain't enough.
You gotta use Dying like Jalen Brown a little
Set to
bit.
begin their next drive.
You got
The
Devin
Rams
Mitchell on
offense
Brown.
at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in
What you
front.
think?
Yeah, let's give a big
What do
assist
we
to the
think
defense who got the
Devin
ball
Mitchell
back.
gonna
The
do with
special teams
LeBron,
back there
though?
handled things.
Not no more in
They
defense.
got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On first
Brown
and
got
10.
30. AD got 27.
Nowhere to escape, and he
Brown got
goes
33.
down. Jadeveon
Five
Clowney
boards,
racking up
6
sack number
assists.
12 for him on the year.
Only got 2 niggas.
It's a growing theme in this first half.
Shit
This
over.
is 2nd and long. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
See if I can get an easy touchdown on this sweep.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today
What?
in the NFL.
Well, I cannot hit fucking Brown. Trying to see like
That's bullshit, man.
Only
Damn.
7 yards on the carry,
Yeah,
so pretty
all
good
my
game,
time.
but still left with a top 3rd and 8.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to
need
get
somebody
big
going
yardage,
quick,
sometimes people
short.
just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that
I'm
we
gonna do
just
that
saw
play.
there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And it looks like
He's
we've got a
blitzing the
dime
shit
set
out of
here
me.
defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
oh,
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted
Shot
at
clock.
the 14-yard line.
shit.
There's the
Oh, I made him fall.
How
I
about
made him
in
fall.
your group?
I made him fall.
Oh, I see that.
Time to try to mount it.
Oh, shit.
I think that they would have to. This is to the
Oh,
You gotta
oh, oh! He touched turkey, got back up to fell again.
analytics will tell you. Try and score.
Oh my goodness.
Yo.
Can't get rid of it. He's taken
Yo.
Dante
That was
Fowler,
crazy.
able to record his 5th sack
Yo.
of the season. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts.
That was
Yo.
crazy.
Stop it here with just
Damn,
under
he back
40
up 10.
ticks
This
to
about to be a
go
wrap.
in this
Yo.
first half.
Yo.
How about getting that group? I just done with the app.
Hold on, I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna message you to join on your PlayStation. You got the PlayStation app on your phone?
After the sack,
No.
they'll come up
Where you can
now,
get like the
3rd and long.
messages.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised
No.
to see them run the ball here just to try and get
All
some
right, hold
space.
on. Let me
I'll just give my phone number, bro.
Instead, they go into
Yeah, let me
backfield
just-
as they'll look to throw. He's got room to
I'm on mute, except cause he live stream.
Okay,
Now
okay.
the Seahawks going to use the first of their
All right, my phone number
timeouts.
267.
They'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the
me
first
check.
half of play.
Because I'm playing the game. Hold on, let me pause it.
Bro, I hit that nigga off, yo.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm here.
Yo.
267.
Old backcourt. Let me call
255. 5752.
Okay.
Yo.
I'm about to send you the link right now.
All
For
right.
the league. It's just gonna come right over to your phone for the app. Hold up, share group. Yep, there you go. Click that link. It'll bring you right to the 2K group. Hope it's the right play. I'm in.
On first down, Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
Oh, shit.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
How did he get the ball on the first down?
As we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. He sets to fire deep.
Yeah, where it
It'll
goes?
be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. The final shot before break. Love. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final half.
I'm gonna holler at you, Mom. I'm about to jump off. All right.
Send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half.
And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through.
And got his man, complete.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Big hold to the 30. And all the way up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
At the 36-yard line.
58, come on. 58, got you. I got you, son.
From the 36, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Not much there, maybe a couple, as he's taken down at the 40.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that, because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Wilson to the Seahawks, looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Another carry now for Gurley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down, Rams.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready, go.
Looking to throw. Love. Gonna flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Come on, set. And Lobo. I got him, Mike 55, Mike 55.
On 1st down, Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Play action. It's Wilson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
What? Ready? Yes, Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Check. Block 54. Block 54. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check 99. Check 99.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 17-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 1st down, Armstrong. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield. And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. From the gun, Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jaron Reed in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a handoff working right. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So third down, and defensively, the Rams have added 2 extra DBs.
Defense, let's go. Reload.
Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the fourth quarter. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw 1 in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for L.A., it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.